Everyone's arguing online about one thing right now. Would Prince Andrew get special treatment in prison? Let me flip it for you. There is no celebrity prison in the UK. There is only risk management. Before you say anything, I'm not here to decide guilt. Courts do that. I'm explaining what would happen if someone that high profile entered custody, charged, remanded, or convicted. Mechanisms, not emotions. If someone like that walked through a prison gate tomorrow, the first consequence wouldn't be comfort, it would be containment. Because inside a jail, high profile and alleged sex offence and national attention doesn't equal VIP, it equals target. The prison's first question would be, can we keep him alive? Can we stop this wing destabilising? Can we stop this turning into a national incident? That's the starting point. There is no royal wing, no velvet rope landing, no celebrity spa. What exists and what people constantly confuse with privilege is vulnerable prisoner management. And that's about safety, not status. VP, so a vulnerable prisoner, means the prison has assessed someone for not being safe to mix in the main population. That can include people at risk of assault, people convicted of serious harm to children or women, high profile individuals, or anyone whose presence could trigger violence. That's it. And here's the line people need to hear. Protection can look like privilege from outside, but inside, it can mean tighter control. More restrictions, more monitoring, less freedom of movement, because prisons prevent predictable harm. They don't run on outrage. Now let's clear something up. A lot of people heard he'll go to HMP The Vern, most likely anyway, and The Vern is still not a celebrity prison. It's a Category C, not A, prison officially described as holding men convicted of sexual offences. That's not gossip, that's just its population type. But it's not the only one. You also got places like HMP Wotton, HMP Burr, HMP Littlehay, also known for holding men convicted of sexual offences. That doesn't make them luxury. It means they are structured around a specific risk profile. Now, this is where people twisted what Ricky Keelan said on Behind Bars TV. Ricky said Prince Andrew would most likely go somewhere like The Vern. And people jumped to, so there is a celebrity prison. No, that's not what he meant. What he meant is, and he's right, that if someone is assessed as fitting the same safety management profile as men convicted of serious harm to children and women, then they would likely be placed in an establishment already built to manage that population safety. And that's not privilege, that's consistency. But here's the uncomfortable bit. Even if, hypothetically, someone like that was sentenced for something completely different, I don't know, a driving offence maybe, or a financial offence, whatever, the public hostility, the target factor, the internal risk, it doesn't magically disappear, does it? Prison placement isn't just about the label on conviction. It's about what happens when that person steps onto the actual landing. So where would he go? Well, that depends on the stage. If he's remanded pre-trial, priority is court access, security, immediate stability. A high security local prison could be used. If convicted, however, then it becomes sentence category, sentence length, risk assessment, safety intelligence, but not headlines, not his popularity or lack of it, not power. Now, here's the brutal truth. A high profile alleged sex offender is one of the hardest prisoners to manage because staff looks either way. Protect him, VIP treatment. Don't protect him? Well, how did you let that happen? Anything goes wrong, it's front page national news. So the system defaults to paperwork, procedure, risk cover, not because we're being soft, it's because the prison has to be accountable. Now, I understand why people are angry, because the story heads into power, privilege, trust in institutions. But prison doesn't operate on anger, it operates on liability. There is no celebrity prison. There are prisons structured for certain populations, and there are vulnerability decisions made to prevent predictable violence. So, answer me this honestly. If someone would be assaulted within hours on a normal wing, is separating them special treatment? Or is it simply the system preventing chaos? And now, if you want another angle from someone who's lived inside that system differently, go watch Ricky's breakdown on Behind Bars TV. Give him a follow. Different voice, but same goal. And if you want part two, escorts, visits, healthcare movements, and when mistakes could actually happen, comment royal custody. Because headlines don't run prisons, risk assessments do. And understanding the mechanism matters more than shouting about it. Before we end this episode, hi, my name is Dagna, and I've stood inside of the system. I've seen what the headlines miss. This is Inside Out Justice, where we say the quiet parts out loud. I'll see you in the next one.